Hello again. Welcome back to.
We had to gather ourselves,
Cousin
take a
Billy
deep
show.
breath, and think over what we knew so far. What the chickens had I got
What the
myself
chickens?
into? What did I drag
feeling-
Marty into? Moreover,
it's such a bad
what
word.
had we pulled the whole city into? This was going to be one of those cases that changed things forever. But I wasn't worried about myself. It didn't matter to me. Too many pieces had been plucked off this old rooster.
It's
But
too
Marty's
late in
different.
here, Jesus.
He's too good of a bird and too good of a cop to end up like me.
Blah, blah, blah.
A secret twin brother? Sonny, I'm starting to feel like we're really in a detective novel.
Oh yeah, we
Keep
discovered
on.
the secret that Ibn Wessler is not Ibn Wessler, and it's his actually secret twin brother. But they haven't figured it out yet. But we definitely have. We definitely figured out the twist in this game, right?
Yeah, but listen, Marty,
What is it, Boss Bird?
I think it's best if we go our separate ways.
What? Are you joking?
We
I
gotta
know you
head
have
the
a
chicken
weak sense of
police.
humor, but there's a limit to everything.
I'm not joking, Marty.
Well, I certainly hope you are.
Whatever comes next, you don't need to be mixed up in it. You have someone to go home to.
Guys, damn it, Sonny. Can you hear yourself?
Gods,
What do
damn
you
it. I
think?
like
I
that they
endured
believe
all
in
this to give
multiple
up now?
gods.
What do you take me for?
Kind of cool.
No, pal. You're not getting rid of me so easily.
I just want you to keep your career and your life intact, you moron. Just accept it, shake my hand, and go home. Your wife, Laura's waiting for you.
Oops. Yeah, I knocked the cord off. Like the cord is like so tangled. It's insane. Why are you so tangled? Why are you so tangled? Ah! Why are you like this? It's still my favorite line from the Babadook. Imagine just screaming at a child saying, "Why are you like this?" That sounds like my style of parenting.
One more word, Sonny, and I swear I'm gonna bash your beak in. I risked
Oh.
my life more than once tonight. You know why?
No.
Why?
Why?
Because we're a team. We have been a team for almost a decade. I don't care what Blood Boil says or whatever's on a goddamn piece of paper. We're the Chicken Police, Sonny. And we always will be.
I'm sorry. You're right.
Let's
We're
quit.
gonna go to that insane
Okay.
asylum and wrap this shit up fast and clean. Yeah, just like you said, even if it kills us.
Thanks, Marty. Without you, I'd most likely already be sleeping the big sleep.
Birds of a feather flock together,
Marty did
right?
shoot me with a shotgun, so
Like you say,
I don't
partner.
know, man.
Let's drop this before you start crying on me, okay?
I hope not.
You almost just did.
Ah, clock off, Marty.
That's the spirit, the Sonny I know and hate.
Take a look around. Switch.
When all of this is over, I'm gonna go on that long journey.
Is the wilderness just the globe? I think it is. That's kind of cool. Blah 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 blah. We can talk to Marty more, but let's just talk to him a little more.
What do you think, Marty?
What? You care what I think? You must have hit your head pretty bad.
Stop fooling around, Marty. I'm serious. So what do you think? About everything?
Well, I think we're in deep shit. But to be honest, Ibn Wessler is in deeper shit.
Do you think he really murdered his brother? But why? And what does it have to do with Natasha and the threats?
Ibn did not murder his brother. His brother murdered Ibn and took his name.
Doesn't add up yet.
Keep up.
Something's missing. Let's visit the institution and try to find out what we can about this Albert Wessler fella.
Exactly. If he's the dead body, we've got to know what the motive was. If we can't, and if he's still alive, we gotta ask him directly.
And what do you think, Sonny?
I think Ibn, Albert, and Natasha are the three key players in this case, and that all of it has something to do with the brothel.
And the fact that Natasha used to be a courtesan?
Yeah, that too.
Listen, Sonny, about Molly.
Oh, just forget it, Marty, okay? She's not part of my life anymore, so that's exactly what I'm gonna do. Forget it. Let's concentrate on the case, and on making it out alive, and helping Natasha, too.
Whatever you say, Boss Bird.
Whatever you
Do
say,
you think
Boss
Natasha's really in danger?
It could be. Or she could even be behind everything.
No, you don't believe that.
I'm not sure what I believe, Marty. Let's see. Things
Oh.
got mixed up at the brothel.
Okay. Things got mixed up at the brothel. Zawas. Why not Zawas? Kubo? Fuck. Ibn? Okay. Ibn and Wester's twin. Okay, never mind. Crooks the wristband. What is it? Natasha's secret? Okay, okay, fine. I found out that Natasha was a secret spy of Zalos all that time. Purchased him before, and they've been trying to keep that a secret. We know that's true. He worked at the brothel, so he can keep this. Oh no, it's all
Natasha
that's
used to
bullshit.
work there, that's obvious. And Ibn wanted to keep that a secret.
Okay, yeah, we know that. Badge. Oh, no. Oh wait, hold on. The wristband.
A secret, it seems, somebody else had to pay for.
The evidence that Zip killed someone because of Natasha's secret. Zip stole the wristband from everyone. Yeah, Zip dealt with the
Somebody
body.
died for that secret. Zip hid the body, but he kept the wristband.
Wessler's twin.
Who could it belong to?
Albert Wessler. We think that this is probably actually really it.
The dead body was almost certainly Albert Wessler, a resident of an insane asylum. But why did he have to die?
Case closed.
So where exactly is this place?
In the membrane. Insane in the brain.
A few hours' drive from here, in the middle of nowhere. It's a creepy old mansion, of course.
You think it's a good idea to go there? What if it's a trap?
I told you, you can still go back.
Oh, wouldn't you love that? No such luck, boss. If I get killed or locked up forever in an insane asylum, that's gonna be on you.
Thanks, pal, I deserved that.
Still trust her?
I never trusted her, Marty.
I mean, you believe her?
I'm sure she was honestly afraid. People don't fake it that easy. But I can understand why she didn't tell us about her former profession.
Yeah, what? She's like, I'm a whore to everyone she meets.
Or
No.
how she knows Molly.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
too.
it's kind of weird.
And the death of Deborah
I know your
complicated
ex-wife
things
real
even
well.
more.
Done a couple jobs with her.
Hey, Sonny, she didn't seduce you, right? I mean, Natasha.
Ah, don't be stupid, Marty. My
Oh, no.
old ticker
She
hasn't
totally
been
did.
beating for a long time. Not that way, anyway.
Yeah, all right, boss.
Corpse.
So what do you think happened to the corpse?
Probably been eaten. Horrible
yeah,
to
that's
think
right.
about, but
Zip put it
even
in like
if
the
half
middle
of what
like,
they say about the
insect
hive is
town.
true, starvation, riots, arson, predation.
You're telling me.
Ugh.
Makes my feathers stand on end when I think about what goes on in there. And we pretend we don't know about it. As if Roachtown isn't even part of Clawville.
This won't end well. I'm afraid soon Clawville's gonna burn once again, and because of its own foolishness.
Well, that's if another meat war doesn't break out
The
first.
meat war.
Because then, the whole wilderness
love
will
that.
burn.
The meat
Lovely
wars.
prospects, eh?
Either way, it was a damn clever move for Wessler to hide the body in Roachtown.
It's the only place no one will ever find it.
Like the belly of a burning ship.
Oh, I think that was an intentional red herring.
Sounds about right.
Zip zop, zippity
Who'd
boo.
have thought? I believed that little rat. I thought he'd changed. Idiot.
There's a point when it's too late to change, Marty. His past caught up with him. Whatever he did since then doesn't matter.
I mean, he played both sides.
Not much.
Exactly. And that's the case with us, too. That's why I won't
Not
back
too
down.
surprising,
Even
but
though a voice in my head
is
is
what it is.
screaming right now, leave it all to hell and have another drink.
Sounds like a good idea. I'd do the same if I had a refrigerator.
Maybe we should do that.
This is gonna date the Let's Play. Hopefully not too long though. Let's just hope I get my fridge on time.
Maybe we should.
Alright, well, so more to do. Maybe we should take a look at painful memory.
Man,
Oh,
I
yeah.
can't imagine how you feel.
Oh, that's
The only good thing you ever had, huh?
oh, thank you.
Shut up, Marty.
Sure.
Yeah, what a dickhead.
I didn't know you used to be a kindergarten teacher. But leather?
It's history. So back off.
I'm touched by the
Kindergarten
trust you have in me, Boss Bird.
There are things better left undisturbed, okay?
Yeah, got it.
Really? You were a kindergarten teacher with
So this is them.
Yeah, the Wild Gentlemen. They were role models when I was a kid.
Well, you must have been a weird kid, which ain't surprising. My idols were the White Wolf and Super Squirrel.
I like Secret Squirrel. The Secret Agent Squirrel and Morocco. Morocco Mole's the
The
best,
White
though.
Wolf, eh? Explains a lot. You know, when I was back in Averia, Clawville and the whole let's live together in peace bullshit seemed like an unattainable dream. Those guys made it happen. The city rose from the ashes of the Great Fire.
Yeah, but look at it now. And what would have become of you if you hadn't ended up in Clawville? Maybe you'd even be happy?
Maybe.
Perhaps.
Some people were just born not to be happy.
The old days.
Unfortunately.
You know, I miss him sometimes.
What? The hype? Us as celebrity cops?
Nah, the work, the buzz, the phone ringing at 4 a.m. and knowing if you pick it up, you'll be dragged into something terrible, because that's your job. And of course, you pick it up every clucking time.
I'm not sure it's healthy to enjoy that.
Hey, no healthy animal becomes a cop in Clawville.
Yeah, true.
Hey. What else are we doing
I've had enough still.
here? Yeah, we did.
You know, I thought about it multiple times that you might be
Ah,
Meredith H.
rewrite the-
Marble.
Yeah, that'd be so fucking
We've
funny.
met her on a number of occasions, Marty. Remember? Her real name is Susie.
Susie! You write the books! Congratulations!
Maybe Susie's just an actress you hired.
You've read too much of
Maybe.
that cheap garbage, Marty. There's no conspiracy theory. Susie's just a money-hungry little dame who made a fortune off of us. That's all.
That's you, Susie!
Yeah, you're disappointing.
I know.
Guessing that's not the reference you wanted, huh?
I still
City.
have nightmares about the Great Fire.
The Great
Really?
Fire.
Were you alive then? How old are you exactly?
I was 3. And maybe it's not even a true memory, just the collective memory of the city. I see the flames. I see the burning buildings. And I hear the screams.
Hey,
Jesus
wait a
Christ.
minute. I thought you weren't born in Clawville. Aren't you from
yeah.
Averia?
Exactly, Marty. We were just visiting Clawville when the fire broke out.
I'm surprised you ever
So
returned.
Clawville's like a recent city-state nation kind of thing. The fire happened when... The fire that destroyed whatever was there before was when Marty was a kid. Oh, not Marty, when it was when Sonny was a kid. And then from the ashes, the Wild Gentleman made the city of Clawville. Or, these are like city-states, I'm guessing. Like, they have to be. These aren't like giant nations.
Well, maybe that's the reason I did return, Marty.
At least I think.
It's like when someone falls in love with their captor, you know? Somehow I feel like
Can't say Stockholm
this is
Syndrome,
my
can ya?
place. No matter how much suffering it brings, Clawville's fate is intertwined with mine.
Heavy stuff.
Okay. I forget. What if I called 911? prank calling. Oh, okay. Might be. Let's see. Go to this. There we go. The Meat War. The Great Meat War was the biggest and bloodiest conflict in known history of the wilderness, ranging from 822 to 849. The beginning was all affected Altaria, the two-headed continent, but in its later years, it spread to 12 colonial provinces, including all of Clawville's four colonies. During the Meat War, about 80 to 90 million animals died, and after the war, 27 species were declared extinct. Damn. The infirmary uses high fashion nowadays, especially in Clawville. The use of real fur and leather is quite rare. It's not totally illegal with kinds of clothes yet. If you can afford it, it's quite despicable to put it mildly. Yeah, it's kind of weird to do that. Civilian organization started by four most influential wealthy animals in the city. The fire of 867 had almost entirely wiped Clawville off the face of the wilderness when the Wild Gentlemen intervened and built the city anew using all their money and influence. They were heroes, and at least they were regarded as such. Some believe the fire was their doing and it was all part of a national conspiracy, but most likely will never know the truth. That's kind of cool.
It would be best to board it up. It'd go well with this rundown neighborhood.
It may be run down, but somehow I still feel like it's honest.
Sure. You could live in Cockroach Town. That's an honest place, too. Has a similar stink.
Believe me, Marty, I thought about it.
Why am I not surprised?
What else do I need to do?
A closet that's
Okay.
a stack of...
Whiskey, wilderness, drawer.
Books I've never...
Okay.
Who's that shaggy creep?
That's
We already talked
M.B.
about
Davis.
Politician?
Am I gonna have to smash your beat?
Seriously, I don't know.
Okay. I feel like I'm missing one clue, I think, because I was two before. Can I ask him anything else? Talk?
Okay, so the picture is more or less clear. Ibn's got his brother killed because he learned Natasha worked in a brothel.
No, that could be the case, but I believe the roots go deeper than that.
Which we'd only learn if we talk to him. I mean, if the corpse isn't him, because then we'd need a medium.
Which would be exciting, but maybe it's enough if we ask the doctor who treated him.
That too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's do it.
But where's the fun in that?
Alright, we can't go still. God damn it.
Tonight you tried to kill me again.
Are you talking to the city?
Huh? Oh, yeah.
Let's just skip
You and me
this.
both.
Where is it? Okay, did that. Talked to him. Saw the phone. Pile of papers. Cheap whiskey and typewriter all did that. Cabinet did that. I don't know.
Why did you keep that wristband?
984237. No answer. Of course. I just want to try just in case. You never know.
You're the best, Bubo.
Oh,
you finally
555966.
proved useful.
Hello?
Hello. You've called the Let There Be Peace Forever mental institution for ill and damaged minds. What can I do for you, sir? Or madam?
Well, I'd like to inquire about a patient who I believe is being treated at your institution. His name is Albert
Wesker.
Wessler.
I'm sorry, sir, but I can't give out that information if you don't have the password given to relatives.
The password for relatives.
Unfortunately, I don't have that. I'm not a relative. I'm calling from the Clawville Police Department.
Oh, I see. In that case, officer, I'd advise you to visit our institution personally. Our director and I would be happy to answer your questions.
Thank you, miss.
We'll welcome you
oops.
with open arms, sir. Have yourself a beautiful starlit night.
Oh, thanks.
What
Goodbye.
a weirdo.
See you soon.
She's creepy.
So,
We have to go there.
the thought gives me goosebumps.
Chicken bumps aren't good enough for you?
Ha ha ha.
Alright, let's do it. What? Can we talk?
So, I get the couch?
It'd be better if I called Lewis. He'll open up a room.
Whew, great idea.
I don't remember Lewis's number. Oh, don't I have to?
Ironic, but ever since I've been on furlough, with only my...
Um, I don't just have Lewis's number right here, do I? Five 932. Okay, let's do it.
Hey, Lewis, it's me again.
Oh, hello, Sonny. What's up?
Were you sleeping, pal?
Me? Oh, I wasn't. Anyway, I'm always at your service.
Would you open up a room for Marty?
Truly,
Sweet.
Sonny.
Thanks, Lewis. I'm not even gonna say it.
I will. You owe me one. Again.
Yeah.
I mean, we live in a hotel that's unoccupied. There's definitely rooms. Oh wait, hold on. Can we just? There you go,
Sorry
you
for
go.
the mess, Marty.
Don't worry about it, Sonny. I didn't
Thanks.
Okay, now we can go, I guess. For some reason, it's fine to go now. Farewell, my lovely.
I slept like I used to sleep years ago. Like a miner or a soldier. Empty. Dead tired.
Oh, I guess we slept before.
Then I saw
What?
Tessa. My darling little daughter.
Oh.
But no matter how hard I tried, I couldn't recall her face. I reached out to her, but she just kept getting further and further away.
Okay.
Then I saw Molly. But she wasn't real. Just the ghost of a memory. I'm here, I cried. But all I heard was laughter. Not hers. Who's there? Suddenly, she appeared. Natasha.
Ah.
Just stood there laughing. But her eyes were cold. Then she said something. Painted red. Painted red. Painted red.
Whore.
That was just a dream, Sonny. Nothing more. I looked at Marty and I saw the same thing in his eyes as he probably saw in mine. It's time to hit the brakes, to turn back,
Why do
go
detectives
home and
always
forget
drive
about
from,
all
like,
of
the
this.
bird's eye view from
Of course,
like,
I stepped on the
windy road?
gas instead.
I've seen that shot in so many detective movies. Like, I feel like I saw
Honestly,
that was like
I wasn't expecting
True
anything
Detective.
good.
I feel
but
like that was in so many
this-
modern detective movies.
Ooh, just like a horror movie.
I was thinking the same.
Appearances can be deceiving.
Let's hope so.
Jesus fucking Christ. Isn't this the opening music? The weird mural.
This picture,
It's very...
special? This
It's...
special?
Okay, the fox is giving the kids the medicine. It's a duck, cat. Albert or whatever. Okay.
This guy seems strangely familiar to me.
You don't say. You've been treated here too. That would explain a lot.
Oh, don't be stupid. I'm serious. Take a closer look.
No.
Well?
No, it can't be. Are you telling me it's him? M.B. Davis
Oh
himself?
shit.
I'm sure of it, pal. It seems the gossip was true. The eternal king of jazz in a madhouse.
Oh, no, no, no. The poor devil.
That's sad. Or the window, nurse, stairs. We can't. Let's just talk to the nurse.
Of all the great
Okay.
wild ones,
Hello?
Greetings, miss.
is it really you?
Well,
We're chicken
yes.
polices.
Yes, it really is you, the chicken police.
That's true.
I'm afraid
That's me.
so.
Hello.
Of all that's furry and plumey, that's fantastic. Oh my goodness.
Miss, we'd like to ask...
Please, don't be scared. I'm just really excited. You know, I've read every book about you and your adventures, and I even collected newspaper articles when I was a little girl.
Indeed.
You can't imagine what an honor it is to meet you in person.
We really...
Oh God, oh God, oh God. Take a deep breath, Miranda. Take a deep breath.
Are you okay, miss?
Yes,
I like that the
am.
photo even
I
has
just needed
doesn't
some
even have her face.
air. So, dear detectives, Santino and Martin, what can I do for you?
Well, miss, we have some questions, if you don't mind.
I'd love to answer all of your questions, detectives.
Okay.
Say, miss, what can you tell us about this place?
Our institution was standing even before the Great Meat War, and during the war, it was transformed into a military hospital. Since then, we're relentlessly working on treating injured minds under the leadership of Dr. Quetzal, the famous specialist.
The place seems pretty empty.
Oh, we're gonna-
Do many people work here?
We have 32 residents and 7 nurses, including me. We also have a 3-person maintenance and cleaning staff, and, of course, the heart and soul of our institution, Dr. Quetzal himself.
I see. Now, this Dr. Quetzal, is he the director here?
Exactly. Director, scientist, researcher, patron, and doctor.
Like that.
And even a friend.
Quite a guy.
He certainly is.
Cool. Let's ask about Dr. Sessuus Quetzalcoatl.
So who is this Dr. Quetzal exactly?
He's a world-famous researcher of the mind, Mr. Featherland. He published countless books in the fields of psychology and psychotherapy.
Psycho... what?
Unraveling the mind. It's the most crucial mission of the century,
he
Mr.
turn
McChicken.
Albert Wessler into thinking that he was his brother Ibn Wessler. That's why. Oh, this is all. It's all him. It's all him. I'm sorry. I just keep on ruining the twist in this goddamn game, but they make it
That's
so obvious.
really good to know.
So this doctor's some celebrity, right? Does he usually meet other important persons?
It wouldn't have been such an obvious thing if it wasn't for the fact that everything important seems to be related to this hospital. Even the music. Listen to the music right now. This is the main theme of the motherfucking game. You don't play the main theme in a place like this unless there's some big revelations here.
I'm not sure I know what you mean.
Well, like Mr. Hobart Wessler, for example.
Ah, yes.
Or that guy,
That's something
whatever.
you should ask the doctor himself, but unfortunately, I don't think he has time right now.
He's swamped, is he?
Exactly, Mr. Featherland. He is very, very, very busy. All the time.
I thought so.
Stranger's
What can
band.
you say about this, miss? Have you seen anything like it?
Of course. Our residents wear these for identification. But how did you come by it? They only wear them inside the institution.
Huh. I see.
The wristband does belong to one of our residents, but I'm afraid I'm not allowed to tell you more due to regulations.
Oh, come on, Miranda. It's us, the Chicken Police.
I'm sorry, I can't.
Miranda, this case is a matter of life and death. Lives are in your hands.
All right. All right. I'll do it. Albert Wessler. The patient's name is Albert Thaddeus Wessler.
Figures. Just as we thought.
Thank you, Miranda. We'll never forget this.
Please, don't make me blush. And don't tell anyone you heard it from me.
Oh, we won't. I promise.
Yeah, we definitely won't tell that. We won't say that the person at reception told us all this information. Let's ask more about.
So when can we talk to Mr. Wessler?
I need to ask Dr. Quetzal. Please wait here.
Thank you.
Okay.
It doesn't matter how big a star you once were. Ending up lonely and crazy in a rotting insane asylum in the middle of nowhere is like the universe restoring its balance.
That was very poetic of you, Marty. Almost deep. Careful you don't drown.
Cluck you.
Okay.
This picture.
Oh, they're back.
Well, it must have been made by one of the patients, so it's understandable.
It's the handiwork of our director.
So his
He's not
director has
only
one
a
of the few
scientist,
things
but
that
he's
have
a great
color.
painter too.
I see.
Well, it's
He painted
lovely to have a
this.
hobby, right?
That's right, Marty. Art heals, doesn't it?
Exactly, officer.
Interesting. Very interesting.
Even if you manage to escape, there's
Imagine how many poor lunatic ghosts must haunt those woods.
Ooh, Sonny, you're creeping me out.
Dr. Quetzal will see you. He's waiting for you in his office. Up the stairs, all the way down the hall, until the last door.
What a surprise. It's enough to mention Wessler's name and all the doors are open.
I wouldn't want to get mixed up in this, but do you think Albert is in danger?
Danger? What do you mean?
We haven't heard from him since he disappeared, and we're really, really worried.
I see. We don't know yet, miss, but let's hope for the best.
Great wild ones protect him.
Where is he?
No idea, Marty.
The smell of all that's
Right
furry.
there.
I'll never get used to it.
Well, reptiles have a disgusting body odor, Marty.
You guys
But
be
they
racist
feel
right in
exactly the
front of
same
him?
about us.
Exactly.
Oh my god. He's kind of creepy looking. Okay, let's.
Great wild ones! You scared the hell out of me.
Yeah, he did.
I already sensed your arrival from afar. You know, snakes have a different sense of smell, and birds used to be our prey once upon a time.
Well, yeah. Luckily, we're living in civilized times.
Lucky. Please take a seat. How can I help you, gentlemen?
Can we take a look around first? Walls. Salt desk. Let's talk to him.
To be honest, gentlemen, your visit is anything but a surprise. I could even say
His eyes are scary
I was
looking.
expecting it.
I don't like a snake that has its head like that. It looks like it's because it looks like snakes don't like typically. It's weird to see a snake like that. You know what I mean? It just looks odd.
What an introduction.
Please forgive me. I have the bad habit of immediately getting into the middle of things. How very rude of me. My name is Dr. Sessuus Quetzalcoatl, but most call me Dr. Quetzal to keep it simple.
Dr. Sessuus Quetzalcoatl.
The name is Santino Featherland, and this is my partner, Martin McChicken, from
From the predatory division of the Clawville Police Department. Your fame is one step ahead of you.
We're used to it.
Certainly.
We have some questions about one of your patients, if you don't mind. We'd like to talk to him, if that's possible.
Please be specific, Detective.
Look, Doctor, we're too tired to play cat and mouse. Not that snake and chicken sounds any better.
Very funny, I must say. Just what I expected from you two detectives.
We know you know it's about Albert Wessler, Ibn Wessler's secret twin. Ever since we've said his name, all the doors have miraculously opened. That's what we call a bullseye.
Well, yes. Why should I deny it? We're talking about a rather illustrious patient here, who's also a very particular medical case.
Now, that's much more interesting. So, are you willing to talk about him?
Because Albert, regrettably, has disappeared, and you are police detectives, I have no reason not to talk to you. Of course, I'm at your service, but you must understand, I can't disclose information about my patients.
Dr. Quetzal, your patient disappeared at the mental institute, and you didn't tell the cops. It's a little weird. Little weird.
Not even if it's a matter of life and death?
Everything's a matter of life and death in here, Detective. This is a hospital, even if it's primarily for the mind, not the body.
Still, I'd like to give the impossible a try.
Please, Detective, just do your job, and I'll do mine.
Albert Thaddeus
How long was
Wessler.
Albert a resident of the institution?
For quite some time, his first symptoms surfaced in his teens. Depression, panic attacks, and schizophrenia.
Was he brought here immediately after the first signs that something wasn't right?
You know, the biggest problem with an opinion on insanity is that animals are ashamed of it. That's the reason our institution stands out here in the middle of nowhere.
Because animals would rather hide what they're afraid to face.
I couldn't have said it better myself.
As far as I know, the Wessler family wasn't exceptionally wealthy.
Indeed, they were rather poor, but we offer our services gratis.
Gratis?
Then how do you sustain
It's
yourselves?
free?
By the grace of the treasury of King Hector III, of course.
Oh, there's some corruption going
I
on
wouldn't have
here.
guessed that.
My family and the royal dynasty had always been on good terms, Mr. Santino.
Interesting. Let's ask more about
What
the
kind of a
kingdom.
place is this exactly? I assume it wasn't built as an insane asylum.
It used to be a mansion. Construction started during the occupation in 622. Then it stood empty for almost a century, until finally it went to the crown of Clawville when Hector's great-grandfather took the throne. The rest is history.
How long have you been working here?
I've worked here for more than 30 years.
Oh, damn.
But it's been in my family's possession for almost 150 years.
So if I count correctly, as soon as it went to the crown, it was seized by your family.
That's almost accurate, Mr. Featherland.
What a lovely inheritance.
Madame
Tell me,
Zavos.
Doctor, do you know
Zavos.
Madame Zavos?
Zavos.
Just like everybody else, I've heard of her. But I never had the pleasure of meeting her in person. I'm sure she's an interesting case.
Oh, definitely.
Oh, you can
She's
be
definitely
sure
a head
about
case.
that. I'd gladly get you two together if I had the chance. A
I
spare
could see
cell
it.
would suit her
I
very
ship it.
much.
Is that so?
Oh, you mean like as a patient? Thought they'd be good to fuck.
As it turns out, she likes small, narrow, secret places.
Oh, I see. What a coincidence.
Okay, let's start the question.
Dr. Quetzal's a real mystery. But I can turn that to my advantage. I just need to focus on the strangest pieces of the puzzle.
Hold on, I gotta go put some stuff in the laundry. One sec. Okay, we back.
So when did Albert become a resident of your institute?
Albert and Hobart, or Ibn as you call him, arrived here almost exactly 4 years ago.
Could you describe that day more specifically?
It was not long after New Year's Eve, maybe the first week of the year, if I'm not mistaken. It was sleeting that day. Wind was banging incessantly on the windows. The power was going out for short periods of time.
What was your first impression of them?
I already knew the Wessler name. I knew who they were, or at least I knew one of them, Hobart Wessler. He was famous. Gangster, moneylender, celebrity, lover.
And Albert?
He was new to me, an invisible gray ghost. The family had tried to keep his existence a secret.
Why?
Because they were ashamed of him, of course, Mr. Featherland. That's how it usually is.
What was your first impression of him?
He was silent, but observed everything that surrounded him. His eyes were constantly moving, never stopped for a second.
I'm trying to remember how Ibn was when we interrogated him.
Was he afraid?
I wouldn't say so. It seemed to me that he wanted to move into our institution voluntarily. It looked as if he couldn't wait to be here, alone, locked up in silence and darkness.
Didn't you think of that as unusual?
Of course I did. But who am I to judge? It was rather special treatment.
I need to turn that to my advantage. I just need to focus on the strangest piece of the puzzle. What kind of special treatment did Albert get?
What kind of special treatment did Albert get?
You know, if an institution like ours has to accept a Wessler as a guest, there's bound to be some favoritism.
And complete secrecy, I guess.
Yes, but that's the case for all our patients, Mr. Featherland.
Of course. So in what way did he receive more than the others?
Basically, we don't admit anyone into our institution without a complete and thorough prior assessment. In the case of Albert, we put that aside.
So you didn't even know if he had anything wrong with him?
Initially, no. He was more of a guest than a patient.
That's gonna be negative? Fuck. How did Albert relate
How did
to
Albert relate to you?
Albert was immensely sophisticated and polite, so much so that his true emotions and thoughts could not be deciphered.
And that's why you thought of him as an exciting case.
That's right, Mr. Featherland. I see you're starting to get to know me in some way.
I'm just doing my job, Doctor.
You and me both.
Like that?
Are you telling me Albert had multiple personalities?
We found out very quickly that there was no other reason for the cause of his seizures. He had a cold and calculating personality who sometimes, especially on stormy days, took the reins over their shared mind.
He had these seizures from the beginning.
Yes, Mr. Featherland, but they started to intensify after Albert left our institution for the first time.
He did what? Left the institution? More than once?
Oh, yes, Mr. Featherland. Albert left the institution on several occasions until the last time, when he failed to come back.
And then just live the rest of life as Ibn Wessler.
Quetzal's not only very observant, but he's addicted to details. I must focus on that if I want to get closer to the truth. Focus. Addicted to details.
When and why did Albert leave the institution? For the first
When
time?
and why did Albert leave the institution for the first time?
It was about 2 years ago. Mr. Hobart Wessler appeared and demanded we let his brother go free. Naturally, we obliged. We had no idea if we'd ever see him again.
But you did.
He returned the same day. Albert was ecstatic. He was unrestrained. I could almost say happy.
That was unusual for him.
I had never seen him
happened
like
2
that
years ago?
before, Mr. Featherland. He just smiled and stared at the empty wall for hours.
Did he ever tell you what happened to him outside?
Of course he did. Albert and I had a good relationship. He was working on a painting for his brother.
Interesting.
Was it a painting of a lovely lady cat?
Oh, exactly. So you already
wow.
knew about that.
Yes, Dr. Quetzal, I've seen it.
And that's the paint. Is it the painting that we have? A piece of the. Do we have a piece of the paint? One of these paint. Oh my god. So Albert left on many occasions to continue working on
So
the painting.
Albert left on many occasions to continue working on the painting.
Exactly, Mr. Featherland. Every time he came back, he was like a different person. But unfortunately, his seizures also multiplied and became more dangerous.
More dangerous.
Albert was hurting himself. And on one occasion, he even tried to hurt me. It was unprecedented. It seemed his confined personality was taking over their shared mind entirely, piece by piece.
Do you think the painting caused it?
Not the painting, Mr. Featherland.
But its subject.
Natasha.
Exactly. He was obsessed. Right until
loved
that
her.
fateful day when he returned to us for the last time.
What exactly happened that day, Doctor?
It wasn't Hobart who brought his brother back that day, but two of his gorillas. Not literally, I mean. And Albert was in a terrible, terrible state.
What happened to him?
I don't like to talk about that, Mr. Featherland.
It could be vital to the case, Dr. Quetzal. Don't back down.
Oh, you're right. There's no use turning back now. So, Albert's tongue was torn out or cut off. I don't know
couldn't say that he
exactly.
was
And he
Ibn
was
Wessler, not
blinded in
Albert.
one eye, or rather, one of his eyes was missing entirely.
Oh my god.
So you're saying Albert was brought back horribly mutilated?
Yes. And they didn't give any explanation as to what had happened. They simply told me it was some kind of accident.
Dr.
Jesus
Quetzal
Christ.
is cold and professional, but he's also very confused. Maybe it's cruel, but I must exploit his vulnerability if I want to learn everything about Albert. Focus, confused.
Maybe it's not easy for you to talk about it, but did you examine his wounds thoroughly? I think I can understand who the goons are, the fellas. I don't really care too much about that. I believe Albert had an accident.
Maybe it's not
That's
easy
the
for you to
wounds.
talk
That's the
about it, but
wounds.
did you examine his wounds thoroughly?
I'm not that kind of doctor, Mr. Featherland. But even I could determine his tongue was either cut out or bitten off. And his eye was gouged out. He also had several broken bones.
But there's no doubt it wasn't an accident.
I don't believe it was, Mr. Featherland.
I totally agree.
concentrate, Doctor. What do you think happened to Albert?
Concentrate, Doctor. What do you think happened to Albert?
I'm sure it was Hobart. He ordered his men to mutilate poor Albert.
But why would he do that?
Maybe Albert saw something he could accidentally reveal.
To whom? The four walls? A couple of crazies? You?
To anyone, Mr. Featherland.
I don't think it's that simple, Doctor. But thank you for your honest opinion.
You're welcome, Detective.
What happened then?
What
How did
happened
Albert
then?
disappear?
How did Albert disappear?
I'm fucking mad that I've gotten this
A
correct.
few weeks later,
It's-
Hobart came to visit Albert one more time. Albert had been in terrible condition by then. We even had to transfer him to another cell, a more safe one.
What did Hobart do during the visit?
He didn't do anything. He just sat and watched his brother, who was in an almost vegetative state by then.
Couldn't you manage to draw anything out of him? You or Hobart?
Nothing. For a while, he was trying to signal something. Perhaps he was too afraid. And most likely his fingers had been broken too, so he couldn't even write.
I know who's actually doing this. Alright, so we're right about the... I think we're right about the whole, Ibn Wessler actually being his, like, secret twin. But who's doing, like, the painting it red and, like, all of that, like, writing the horror, killing Deborah? I think it is Hobart Wessler's alternate persona. Like, not, like, the one that's, like, primarily have taken over, but, like, the other one. He's been doing this shit to himself and to his, like, girlfriend.
Do you think Hobart could have killed Albert?
It's horrible to say it, but I'm sure of it.
How did he disappear in the end? Did someone come for him?
That's what's most eerie about it all, Mr. Featherland. He simply disappeared. His door, which only I had a key for, was open.
Did anyone see anything?
No one.
I don't know
We
how that works
interrogated
out.
the
I
staff,
don't know how to answer that
even
one.
the patients. He simply vanished off the face of the wilderness. We don't know what happened to him.
Unfortunately, I have a hunch. Thank you, Doctor. You've been a great help.
Oh, well, I'm glad I could be of help. But please, I now must attend to my work.
We understand, Doctor. Thank you.
Hey, look at that. True Detective Season 2.